Hey guys, Steven here from Muffin on Ribs. Welcome back to another episode. I hope you enjoyed the last one. Today I got a few things for you. We are going to be making a New York strip steak on top of a salad for my meal prep lunches for the week. And then I have a foodie adventure for you guys. For the foodie adventure, we are going to take a venture to Beth's Burgers. They are a local restaurant here, and I know they have a few locations. I don't know exactly where. They do burgers, hot dog. They have alcoholic beverages, beer, wine, and they make different types of sides. Now, my wife enjoys them. She enjoys their veggie burgers. She enjoys it over the BurgerFi veggie burger. Me personally, I do like BurgerFi over Beth's Burgers, but Beth's Burgers is still pretty good. This time I got a blackjack burger. It is a burger with blackened seasoning, pepper jack cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and a Thousand Island dressing. I also got chili cheese fries. I'm going to start off with the chili cheese fries. They do load it up with chili and cheese, which is always amazing in my opinion. The chili was a little bland, but it's still passable. The cheese is cheese. It's great on anything, and I do like it on my french fries. The fries were cooked pretty good. They were at that exact spot of crunchiness and softness to where it wasn't too crunchy but not too soft. Now, as far as the blackjack burger goes, I did have this previously a couple weeks ago, and honestly, it was better warmed up the next day than it was eating the night I got it. I'm not sure if it was the seasoning just didn't sit right on the burger or the cheese was just not melted enough into the burger, but the blackjack burger was decent. I would order it again. The dressing on it was a little lacking. The Thousand Island dressing, couldn't really taste it, couldn't really pick it up. But on the one I did reheat, I could taste the Thousand Island dressing. So I'm not sure if it's just a consistency factor with who was ever cooking the hamburger from there. So now we're going to go to the main event of today's episode. I do have a few things for you guys as far as prepping for the steak. On this one, I do use Worcestershire sauce, oil, and apple cider vinegar, and it's olive oil. And then as far as the seasoning, it is a seasoning I just bulk prep, so I have a ton of it, so I'm not constantly having to worry about do I have the correct seasonings in place. And I just throw it all into an airtight container and then pull it out when I need it. This seasoning has your basic salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, as well as a hint of cayenne pepper for a little bit of heat. So as far as prepping the steak goes, just simple, putting the seasoning, letting it sit. I'm going to mention this a few times, but I can't mention it enough. Guys, you have to let your meat set in the seasoning and the oil and vinegar and whatever liquids you're using. Best thing to do it the night before. Let it absorb all that delicious flavors that you're putting into your meat. Worst case scenario, 15 minutes. You gotta let it sit at least 15 minutes or your meat is not going to absorb any of that flavoring. So make sure minimum 15 minutes. Best case scenario, night before. And if you can, if you're doing it the day of, like I am today, it was kind of off a whim deciding what I wanted to make. 3 hours before you're going to start cooking. That's opportune time, day of. Now guys, I did mention that this was off a whim of what I was going to make. So a little tip trick, whatever you want to call it, on the deciding factor is real simple. start looking at the deals on websites Publix, Target, Fresh Market, Costco, Aldi, wherever you happen to be shopping for your food. This time it was through Fresh Market. They had a deal on this New York strip steak. Couldn't pass it up. 10-ounce portions for about $7 each piece. I purchased 3. So that kind of got the ball rolling in my mind. All right, I want to do this strip steak. What do I want to do with it? Oh, let's put it on top of a salad. What's kind of get that green healthiness going for you, as well as enjoying some of that New York strip steak for lunches. And if you're making this, the people in the lunchroom or break room or wherever you're eating it are going to be jealous, because they're going to be seeing you eat a delicious steak with a nice salad, and they're going to have like some whatever sandwich or whatever they ordered out that they're probably not going to be too happy with when they see you eating this. So let's go ahead and get to making this and prepping it. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. And if you guys have any other recipes involving New York strip steak, put it in the comments down below. Let's all learn from each other. We got our New York strip steaks here. These are about 10-ounce pieces. And then I do pre-make my own rub, so it's easier to grab and just put on the meat instead of having to worry about getting all the spices together. And then some apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and then a bag to put everything in so it can absorb all those flavors, oils, and the vinegar before we throw it on the grill. Best thing to do is have it marinating for about a day. I do prefer to do it the night before, and then before I am doing the cook. But if you are in a time crunch, 15 minutes at least, better off with 3 hours. What we are going to do first is take some of this seasoning here, and then we're going to start sprinkling it all over the New York strip steaks here. Make sure it does go on evenly, because you do not want it to go into one spot and you get a ton of seasoning in one spot and no seasoning in another bite. And once you have the seasoning on there, do not rub the seasoning into the meat, because then you can create hot spots in the meat. Again, you're going to be putting a ton of seasoning in one spot, no seasoning in other spots. It's best to just pat it into the meat. That's the best thing you can do. And once you get one side done, just flip each piece over and do on the other side. Now that we have the steaks flipped over on the other side, we're just going to do the same thing. Again, sprinkling the seasoning on, and then patting, not rubbing the seasoning into the meat. Once you have your meat all seasoned up and the seasoning's been patted in, what you're going to do next is take your oil and vinegar and pour it into the plastic bag. Once you do that, you're going to place each piece of meat in there. Make sure to shake it around a little bit to get oil and vinegar all over that meat to help the meat absorb those flavorings. So I'm going to get that going now for you. So one thing I did forget to add is I do use Worcestershire sauce in the oil and vinegar to help with the saltiness into the meat. Again, best thing to do is get your seasonings, get the meat in the oil the night before. if you can, if you're in a time crunch, 3 hours before you cook. Last minute, 15 minutes prior. You need at least a minimum of 15 minutes for your meat to start absorbing the seasoning and the oils and everything. Remember, while it's sitting, put in the refrigerator, especially if you're doing overnight, or you can actually spoil the meat, and that is a bad thing. Once it's been sitting for a while, then we're gonna get this onto the grill and get it cooking. For the salad portion of this New York strip steak and salad, uh, you're just going to need a few things here. This is just what I'm going to put. You could add other things to it, but we got these mixed different bell peppers already pre-cut, saving some prep time. I got here a half and half spring mix and baby spinach. And then we got some asparagus over here that we're going to cut down a little bit too. So I already have the salad in the Tupperware. Next thing I'm going to do is cut up the bell peppers some and then add it to the salad. So now that those bell peppers are cut up, I've already went ahead and mixed them up. Now, the great thing about these little plastic cutting board type deal things is it makes putting it into something easily. All you gotta do is just basically fold it up on each end and then dump it into the whatever you're dumping into it. In my case, it's going to be the salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that in there and then start cutting up the asparagus. And just like that, the salad is done. All I gotta do is put the top on it, throw it in the refrigerator. And see there, I got plenty of asparagus because I do like to eat asparagus. And then I also have mixed in is the peppers, as you can see in there. And then it's just the half spinach, half spring mix salad that I have. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the refrigerator. It's ready, so for when I go to make my lunches, I just take the salad, put in a Tupperware container, and put the steak on top of it. Alrighty guys, I'm going to show you real quick on how I have my grill set up for this cook. I have the coals on the hot side of the grill, obviously, with 3 chunks of hickory wood. And then I have a drip pan filled with boiling water and meat on the cold side of the grill to help better control that meat temperature. As you can see here, as I lift the top of the grill off, you can see there's nice sear marks on the meat. Looking at it, it looks pretty much almost done here. I'm going to take the temperature, make sure that is at the medium rare temperature, 140 degrees, before I pull it off the grill. So this is the steak after I've finished cooking on the grill. I was hoping to get more footage from it being on the grill, but unfortunately Mother Nature had other plans for me. What you're going to do next is just start cutting it up into other pieces, and then from there put it in another container separate from the salad, and as you're going to make your lunches, you just mix the two up. So let me go ahead and get this cut up for you so you can see what mine looks like after it's been finished. Now this is the final product of the New York strip steak on salad. I have the dressing on the side, so this is ready to go for lunch for tomorrow. I did cook the steak to a medium rare, which is how I prefer mine. I'll have the different temperatures based on when they should be coming off the grill somewhere on the screen. And we'll go ahead and take a closer look. Now, I hope that looks delicious to you as it does to me. I'm gonna go taste this and I'll get right back to you. Alrighty guys, we're back here. Just finished eating that New York strip steak on the salad. I added some balsamic vinaigrette dressing on the side. The steak was cooked to perfection for my liking. That medium rare left the steak tasting nice and buttery, easy to cut. and all the seasonings and the oil and Worcestershire sauce and the apple cider vinegar just went great with it. The crunch of the salad added that little crunch to it that I do like with some of my food, and the dressing was a nice addition to it. Don't need too much dressing, just enough. I know I'm going to make everybody at work jealous eating this. I hope you guys like it. If you guys have other recipes or concoctions that you've come up with, leave them in the comments down below. Maybe I might feature it in a video in the future. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I post another video. Well, until next time, guys, see ya.